Hey everybody, Yankee here. You know, most of us in the gun community, if we're true gun enthusiasts, have what we like to call a holy grail gun. The gun we covet above all others. You know, the one that if we could possibly get our hands on, we'd probably do whatever we had to get it. Whether it's a rifle, handgun, shotgun, no matter what it is. It's the gun we want more than any other. And the other day someone sent me an email and said, "Hey Yankee, what is your holy grail gun? And why is it a Spohr revolver?" They actually had the nerve there to guess and think that it's probably a Spohr revolver. Well, it isn't. My holy grail gun has always been a Mateba Model 6 Unica. But I will probably never have one of these because they've been out of production for a very long time. So when you even see them come up for sale or at auction, they're almost always at auction. Even if they're not in the best condition, they start off at like $3,000. And go up from there. I've seen ones that are in pristine condition sell for like $7,500 and up. I have bid on them a couple of times. But here's the thing. Even if you say, oh, this gun is really overpriced at $3,500 and you're willing to spend that like I was, there's always someone else with deep pockets who also considers this their holy grail gun, and they're willing to spend whatever they have to get it. And I can't compete with that, so I'll probably never have this gun. So this gun kind of actually has to come off my list because it's pretty much made of unobtainium. So if you take that gun off my list, well then, yeah, that person was right. The Spohr revolver is probably my holy grail gun right now. It's at the top of the list of guns I want. And you might be saying to yourself right now, well, why is that? What's special about this gun? Well, let's talk about it. The Spohr revolver is a high-end production revolver coming to us from Germany. Now, I first saw this at SHOT Show a couple of years ago, and I have been waiting ever since to finally be able to get one of these. And I'm hoping that someday soon I'll be able to. Now, the gun itself is an exceptionally well-made gun. Think Korth quality gun. This gun is amazing. But it's also a little better than the Korth in some ways, because this gun is all stainless steel and it has a more rugged look. More angular look, something I actually am more drawn to. I like the way this gun looks. I like the way it's built, and I like the way it looks, and I like the materials it's made out of. Like I said, it's solid stainless steel. All the internals are all forged parts or wire form parts. There's no MEM in this gun. Now, I don't have a problem with MEM parts in most cases. They're perfectly acceptable. But if you want to build the best thing you can build, you're not going to use MEM. And this gun does not use MEM. Now, this gun has some very nice features other than just the way it looks. It has a very nice two-piece barrel. Has nice skeletonized hammer, nice skeletonized trigger. The cylinder itself is beautifully fluted and turned. And you can swap that cylinder easily with the push of a button. You just push a button, it pops out. You can put a 9mm cylinder in there for when you want to save money at the range, whatever. So this gun is really decked out with features. Love the features on this gun. The sights are set real low and set well into the gun so that they make a nice flat platform on top. Like I said, I really love the lines of the gun. It has a rail on top of it. The cylinder release, not the one that takes the cylinder out of the gun, but the one that just opens the cylinder, very nicely done. Reminds me of the extended Hogue releases that I put on my Smith & Wessons. Makes that really easy to use, and it's also skeletonized like the hammer and the trigger. Has beautiful walnut grips. This gun just looks good from front, back, side, no matter how you look at it. This is a beautiful gun. Now, a lot of people will say, well, it doesn't matter what a gun looks like, it's how it functions. Well, it's a combination of both, because you can find all kinds of really functional guns on the market. So why not get the one that you're most attracted to visually also? I almost said physically, but that sounds weird. But, you know, the one you like the look of. Because if you like the way your gun looks, you're proud of owning it, then you're more likely to carry it. So that's actually a good feature. Having a gun you actually enjoy looking at. Makes you more likely to want to take it with you. You're proud of having it. It's something you even want to show to other people sometimes. Just don't show your gun to people on the bus. I got me kicked off public transportation for a while. And it wasn't a gun, it was a penis. But still good advice there. But like I was saying, this gun is beautifully made. It uses all quality production parts. It's just a fine gun. And like I said, really well featured. Got a lot of good features on it. You know what I'm saying here. It even has an adjustment for the rebound spring to where you can change the weight of your single action pull. You can adjust it. Now you can do that on Smith & Wesson with a strain screw also, but it's a nice feature. This one actually looks like it's got a little metered thing there for it. So like this gun, from front, back, like I said, top to bottom, it's just beautifully made. It seems to be high quality. I just can't find anything negative about it. I mean, now it is a heavier gun. Some people are going to look at this gun and say, well, this gun's probably heavy. Well, it is heavy. It's 38 ounces. It's solid stainless steel and walnut. And that's heavy, but keep in mind, you know, a Smith & Wesson model 686 or a 3-inch Colt Python are within a couple ounces of it. They're like 2 ounces lighter. So it's not a huge difference, but it makes a huge difference in the looks. This gun, like I said, really nice looking gun. I can't get over the looks of this gun. And that quality, that trigger pull, all of those things add up to a gun that, like I said, I definitely want to own. It probably is my holy grail gun right now. Now, the only bad thing that I can find about this gun is the price. This gun starts at $3,700. Now, I can't afford that, but I would be willing to sell 3 other guns to get it. And like I was saying earlier, this is not a auction gun that I have to buy that's out of production and have to bid against people. This is when I can walk into a store, put it on layaway, and pay it off. I can put it on layaway, sell some guns, and pay it off as I go. So it's more obtainable. And it's also probably way more practical than the Mateba also, even though, like I said, practicality on it's not great because the Smith & Wesson 686 would do the same thing. This is more for people who, some people would buy a Ford and some people would buy a Ferrari. And both of them are going to get where they're going to go. Both of them are going to stay out of the rain while they're doing it. But one of them has a little bit of a sense of pride of ownership or has that feeling that they got something special. And that's going to be the Spore. Like I said, I think it is a kind of an upgrade on the Korths in some ways. Because like I said, the Korths are carbon steel. They're diamond coated. I don't want to carry them because of that. If I scratch them, I would die. This is stainless steel. It could be repaired if I put a scratch on it or marred the finish or anything. Or even a nick I could take out of it. So that is a really nice feature. I've always said that the Korths are like the Smith & Wesson of the bougie world. And the Manhuns are the Ruger of the bougie world. Well, this gun I'm thinking is more like the Smith & Wesson Performance Center of the bougie world. And I definitely want to live in that bougie world and have this gun. So like I said, it's not light, but most of the guns I carry aren't light. It's only 6 shots of 357 Magnum, but I'm very comfortable with 6 shots of 357 Magnum. I carry that all the time. Carry my 2.5-inch Colt Python. So, and like I said though, that price is very high. That's the one of the things about it. And if you put that in perspective, that's 2.5 Colt Pythons. I could buy a 2.5-inch, a 3-inch, and half of a 4-inch, so a 2-inch Colt Python for the same price. So keep that in mind. That's a negative thing. But all these other things just add up to where it's an awesome gun, and I would love to have it. It's built like crazy. It's beautiful. It's precise. It's one of those things you can take pride in ownership. It's kind of the optimal revolver experience, like a Korth or something like that. So I want to have it. Will I have it anytime soon? Probably not. Like I said, I'd have to put it on layaway when it does become available and pay it off as I could sell some things. But I would definitely be willing to do it because, like I said, this gun, the Spohr revolver, the 3-inch club, if I never actually said which model it is, because I don't think I've said which model it is throughout this whole video. But it's the 3-inch club that I'm really enamored with. And you can't get this gun in Germany. I don't think they're allowed to have barrels less than 6 inches. So this gun is completely made for the American market. And boy, did they nail this American, because this gun, like I said, is my holy grail gun as of today. And I will be doing what I can to get this gun as soon as I can.